Okay, so now the first conic section that we will be discussing is your parabola. Now for parabola, one thing that we already discussed was the two things basically we discussed. The first thing was that the eccentricity should be equal to 1. This is the definition of parabola from the point of view of an eccentricity. And the second thing that we discussed was that delta should be non-zero and h square should be equal to AB. So this is the condition which comes from the constant ratio, and this is the condition that comes from the general 2-degree equation. Okay, so now let us see what is the analytical definition of a parabola. A parabola is the locus of a point which moves in a plane in such a way that its distance from a fixed point in the plane is always equal to its distance from a fixed straight line in the same plane. It is evident from this definition and the definition of a conic that a parabola is a conic section with eccentricity E is equal to 1, which we have already discussed. What was the constant ratio? PS by PM. They are saying that PS is equal to PM. If PS is equal to PM, this will imply that the value of E is equal to 1. Because if PS is equal to PM, then this will cancel out to give you the constant ratio or the value of the eccentricity E as 1. So when E is equal to 1, you get a parabola. Now let us see how will you find the equation of this parabola. Now see, if this is the point whose locus is to be found out. So suppose this is H comma K, the focus is S, and this is the directrix. Now see, if this PM is the distance of the point P from your directrix and PS is the distance of the point P from the focus, then they are saying that this distance and this distance should be equal. If I start moving this variable point, then if I come suppose perpendicularly above this point over here suppose, now you can see that this distance is reducing and this distance is increasing. But what do you want? You want this distance to be same. So in order to get this distance same, what will you have to do? You will have to take the point exactly in such a way that this distance remains equal. So suppose I take the point over here, somewhat over here. Now see, this distance and this distance will be equal. Similarly, over here I will have to take the point over here. So this distance and this distance remains the same. If you start connecting all these points, you will get the shape of a parabola, something like this. Okay, this is how you find the shape of the conic depending upon what the definition is.